Electoral Board meeting. We are opening the electronic viewing and the meeting for the Albemarle County Electoral Board meeting. Once again, we want to thank everybody for their understanding, considerations, etc. We are in a time when we're trying to get a lot done, and we're having to have meetings in rapid fire succession. And I heard a blog person on the radio a couple of days ago saying that in his history, he had never seen the electoral board have two meetings in the same week. Well,
seems like we have.
We do that every time there is an election, because we have a canvas, provisional canvas, and another provision. So we frequently, but right now we got a lot to do. So we're going to meet whenever we need work done, and we're really glad that members of the public are here and members of the public are on Zoom screen, or whatever it's called, screen.
Chairman, can I offer just one bit of illumination?
Please.
For any two members of the electoral board to discuss an election matter, we have to have a public meeting.
Exactly.
So we got a lot of matters to discuss, and that's why we're here.
And we're plowing through it with all due experience and haste, but not at the sake of leaving out anything that needs to be done. I believe we have a quorum here. I have an approval for the final agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Do any other members of the board have any announcements that haven't already been made? We are beginning the board has begun deliberations and review of the applicants for all of the different jobs that we have. That would be the acting. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. The acting general registrar. We're beginning to have our interviews today. We are entertaining continued applications through the 1st, which is Labor Day, but HR set the end of applications for the 1st of September for the temporary general registrar's job. So we will get all of our applications in, and the board will meet on the 2nd.
You need to pick a term for this. It's acting.
Well, Jim wants.
We posted it as interim,
I understand.
and it can't also be temporary.
I know.
But all three of those are
All
the same
three.
job.
Exactly. We are also accepting applications for the general registrar, who will be appointed to fill the unexpired term of the recently resigned registrar. So we've got applications, and the website has the job posted for the chief deputy registrar and the elections manager.
They are posted now.
I'm the chief deputy.
Looking at the chief deputy registrar.
Chief deputy, I know, is posted. I have not looked at the website this morning. I can't promise you that it's up, but I've been told that it would be up today.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite up yet.
I think it's not quite up yet. Don't think we need any other announcements unless either of you gentlemen has something you'd like to add. Okay, do I hear approval of the minutes, Mr. Secretary?
That is a slight agenda change that's been done. August 14th. Well,
Thank you. Would you like to make a motion on that?
the August 14th minutes. I would move approval.
We hear a second on that?
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. And in the absence of Aaron, I'm going to sign this.
What do you sign?
Give it to them, sign the minutes.
Oh, okay.
Give it to Dina. Now I'd like to move approval of the August 21 minutes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks.
Approved.
I'll move.
And I would like to thank the secretary for getting Johnny on the spot and getting the August 26 minutes. Published and sent to the board. I've read them. Is anybody else ready to approve? You ready to approve?
Yes, I move approval.
All in
Second.
favor, say aye. Thank you. That's why you get the big bucks. So we are up to date on all of our minutes, signed, sealed, and going to be, just for anybody's information, there is a book that's the printed version of the minutes. They're also obviously online, but they're printed. So we've got those now. Public comments, again, the same that you all know. Anyone from the public is invited to make comments or ask questions. We request that you keep your comments and questions to 3 minutes at the beginning of the meeting, but as we go through our agenda, if you have any comments that you would like to make, please raise your hand, and when you're recognized, make your comments. I see one comment, Mr.
Rick.
Is that Rick? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
just two things. One is I just want to let you know that your audio is really good today. I can hear you great. I don't know if it's you've done something, but it's really, really good. Two questions. One is, were any new election officers approved at your last meeting?
No.
No,
No. Okay.
we had no applications to review.
Okay. And the only other question is, I noticed in your last meeting, you had a private session on chiefs and assistant chiefs. Have y'all modified the assignments that we received? Is that ready to go out, or are you still working on that?
The list that you have been sent by the election manager has not been approved by a vote of the electoral board. The chiefs and assistant chiefs roster is still under discussion because there's some telephone calls and questions that need to be answered by chiefs and assistant chiefs. So
Okay.
although a list was sent out, it has not been approved and voted on by the electoral board.
Okay. That's all I need to know. Thanks.
Anybody else have a question, comment? Anyone have any old business they'd like to bring up?
We're gonna look at next week, area assignments. Different focus areas.
Oh, you mean our job assignments?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we're gonna look at that next week. This was a This
I
was
can
a meeting
summarize it.
that was set for a specific reason. We are starting our applicant interviews. So, and that has to be done in a meeting format in a closed session, and you have to have an open meeting before you can go into a closed meeting. The other new business is I would like us to think about our September schedule for meetings. Right now, we may not know what that will be. So by Tuesday at our next meeting, I'd like us to have all looked at our calendars so that we can set future meetings.
Could
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
suggest that today we set a meeting for the 3rd?
We're having a meeting on the 2nd.
Tuesday's the 2nd, for the 3rd, just in case there's some business that needs to be attended to. We can always cancel the meeting on the 2nd if we don't need it.
Thank you. So we'd like to set a meeting for 9/3, which is a Wednesday. Preference for time, Jim, I know you have hard out at what, 11:30? So do you want to meet at 9:30?
Do 9.
That's fine.
9, okay, 9 o'clock. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we will continue to set our schedule so we can get through the month of September.
Hold on a second.
Okay,
That was the one where I originally had written it in for Wednesday at 1:30. And then our last meeting, we said we weren't. Hey, George, George, you want to just take this?
Yes, please. I'm sorry to interrupt.
that's all right.
I have not turned it off.
It's all right. Thank you.
We never consider the assistance from the IT department an interruption. Always a pleasure.
But my apologies.
Thank you for getting us set up for this meeting.
I'm just wondering, did we tentatively set it up and then we took it off? Did somebody else have a conflict Wednesday morning that we had originally tentatively set it for Wednesday afternoon?
I'll give up going to coffee with some friends, but it's not what I call a cancelable conflict.
I think that whatever well, it depends on what we decide to do. I know you've got a regular scheduled meeting on Wednesdays. At noon.
9 a.m. is fine.
So 9 o'clock is okay?
Yeah.
And then our meeting on Tuesday is 9:30.
Sorry, Tuesday the 2nd?
Yeah.
Tuesday is 2
2
p.m.
o'clock, 2 o'clock. I'm not looking
And
at
that's
the
the one that
calendar.
I will be probably late to.
Right, it's
but I will
it's
be
a
here as
2
soon as I can.
And then Wednesday at 9.
at 9.
At 9, Thursday, the 4th
We
is
haven't done
LNA
anything.
testing.
LNA testing. That's why we were backing the 3rd off, because we knew we were all gonna have to be here Thursday all day for LNA testing. And Gina or Aaron, somebody has sent an invitation to the 2-party chairman.
Yes, that was sent.
It was, I mean, I'm just telling the public that it's been sent. Jim, you have a media request for interview item?
Yes, this is from Sandy Houseman, who's reporter for the NPR affiliate, Virginia Tech, who I've known for some time. So she requested me to come by your studio sometime soon, and I will just read the whole text here. I know there are limits to what you can say, but I wonder if you could drop by the studio to talk about the challenges of organizing an election. How many voters do you expect to serve? What steps will be taken to ensure an efficient and accurate count? How many polling places do you oversee? And how many volunteers have stepped up to assist? Then, of course, it would be good to have a reassuring statement. The show must go on. So I'm happy to do this. I would rather do it after we have an acting general registrar. But I think at this point, media requests, we all ought to know about them and what's going on with them. Just want to bring that up to say that I would do it. Wait.
I would respectfully, we all want the public to be informed, but we cannot interfere with an ongoing investigation. We cannot divulge anything that we're not supposed to say.
And she certainly
And-
knows that.
And it's, you know,
I don't think that from what she asked, it was more general things. And she started off saying, you know, there are limits to what you can say. So, and I say from the beginning, I can't talk about.
There's an educational opportunity for the
Absolutely.
public here where you explain to the public that to a large extent, the preparation for a primary and the preparation for a presidential election and the preparation for a gubernatorial election, many of those things are exactly the same. Whether you're going to have 4,000 voters turn up or 87,000 voters turn up. Where the rubber meets the road is at early in-person voting and in the precincts and in the cap, where all that processing has to occur. And I'm not sure everyone understands that the amount of work done in the elections office is, you know, sort of fixed. It's often the same, very similar.
As I have said in other interviews, there are 1,000 moving parts to make an election happened, whether it's a primary or presidential. And the public tends to not realize all the work that goes into putting an election on. They just think, oh, there's people there. They're giving me a ballot. I'm done. Boom. But as you all know, there's so much preparation that needs to be done.
And as Bucky said, reassuring the public, which we have done every time we have made a public statement, all of which have been in these meetings. We will ensure that Albemarle County will have continue, the operative word continue, will continue to have free, fair, safe, and legal elections, as we have done. So
You certainly would have a more interesting or more things to be able to talk about if you had an interim registrar in place. You don't know when that's going to be, though. So,
Well, as I say, I would feel more comfortable having that person in place before having the interview.
you'd have a lot more to say. You'd be more informative because people want to know. We've got somebody who's there.
All right.
Madam Chair, we do
Yes.
have a hand raised by Rick.
Yes,
Rick's hand has been raised since he first spoke.
I think that's a leftover hand.
Hand, Rick?
No, I took it down and I just put it back up. I just wanted, I couldn't hear the name of the person that had asked for the interview. I just couldn't, or how to spell their last name.
It's Sandy Hausman, which is Hausman.
Okay, great. That's all. Thank you.
So you're going to call Ms. Hausman and say you'd like to postpone this until after we get a temporary.
Everybody's fine
Okay
with
with
that?
everybody?
Thanks for the heads up.
Thank you, thank you. And are there any other comments or questions from the public or the board or staff?
I would like to say something. Richard, I'm sorry that we keep kind of delaying stuff that you want to get done and we want to get done, but I hope you understand that. these
A lot
other
of stuff
things-
going on. That's okay.
we haven't even gotten to box 3 label.
Oh, I got one.
Oh, I know, I saw it, and I thought, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why we've been doing what we've been doing. But
Richard, would you like, how about, I'm sorry, I saw you come in and then you got hidden behind Gina and you weren't in my field of view, I'm sorry. Would you like to offer,
Sure, I can
please?
show you what
I don't know that we don't have time to go through all of the manual changes.
No.
If you'd like to, maybe like 5 minutes.
If you can give me 5 minutes, I'll go over at least a couple things here.
and the rest of you know that Richard Banco is our chief officer at Baker Butler and has been the
Okay.
master of our chief and assistant chief operation manual for the last at least 2 years and worked very diligently on this.
These are nits, thank you. Which I guess is good because I guess that means we're getting down to the fines. The box 3 label was confusing. The box 3 label that's in the manual right now is the top page that has the sample on it. And if you notice, I guess there's double brackets around, I think it says, I don't have one in front of me.
Which one are you pointing
The
to?
one that says sample on it.
This one?
That's the one that's in the manual. And I guess those get printed every time for every precinct.
Yes,
And then it describes what the election is. You know, in that case, it was a dual primary and all the rest. And there's obviously 2 copies on each page. My recommendation is to simplify that greatly on the second page that I gave you. I don't think you need to specify. Oh, keep in mind that these boxes are only kept for 2 years, right? Because that's how long you keep ballots. If there's a recount, probably you know that in the first 30 days. So they're not going to go very far. So I don't think we need to identify the election, what type of election it is. I don't think we need to, whether it's a primary, whether it's a presidential, whether it's a midterm. I would kind of make this form as simple as I could. I think what's necessary is you need to know where they're from. So the precinct number and the name and the date of the election. I think it's important to know the machine that these ballots were scanned on for quality control. And then just how many ballots you had. And I think that's all you really need for this.
Okay, I would suggest, for the sake of everybody thinking about this, that you've presented this, we all think about it, not take
Sure.
action on it right now and wait for our next work group, because this is something,
That's fine.
You might also run it by the clerk of the court.
thank you.
And that's okay. The other thing is the last page, the handout is what is handed out in that pad for the ballot log.
These are the
One thing I
provisional
noticed when I was
provisional
or
ballot.
provisional ballot log, excuse me. And when I was working up the section on the provisional ballots in the manual, I noticed that the first and the last have a reason code 1. The middle 1, 2, 3 don't. So I don't know where that
Oh,
gets
that's-
done, but anyway,
This is,
I think the pads that we send out actually do have the one on it. I don't know.
that's what I was given. So
I
it's
think the pad does too. I think we did.
And if I can get another copy, I can throw that in the
I think
manual.
we would have.
It's fine.
Good catch.
this is a form that comes from the Department of Elections Forms Warehouse. We just download it from them, so it's a state produced form. Thank you, Richard. We're not trying to put you off, but
No, that's okay.
we'll digest on these.
These are-
Thank you.
yes,
The reason I say that I think the pads do have it is last fall, we would have noticed because reason one is same day registration and that was 2/3, 3/4 of what we had. And they would have not known what to put up there.
But it's a good thing to check. We'll check.
Very good thing to check. Uniformity.
So what you need, you say this is what,
That's what's in the manual.
okay. So
Okay,
what you need is
just tear off a sheet and
just
give
to
it to
tear
me.
off a sheet and give it to
Yes,
us.
that's
It's
all
gonna
I
be
need.
the long sheet, so, but you
You
can
can scan it. I'm good.
truncate it.
Gina is going to give you a copy of that.
All righty.
Thank you.
The other thing is I was given the names for and contacts for the DS 300 and the poll pads, so I can get with those guys and get information that I need. Bucky, I see from the meeting minutes that you're working to get the operating system on the poll pads updated.
Yes.
Okay, so I ought to contact you separately to make sure that we're coordinated on that, okay?
What Bucky is doing is loading the basic operating. Why don't you tell people?
The poll pads are made by Apple. The operating system on Apple machines is called iOS. We're taking the system machines that are at iOS Rev 17 up to Rev 18. That's it.
Okay, so you're not really changing
No.
their software.
Their software is not being changed at this time. There may be an update to that later, but that's
Yeah.
not what's being done here.
All
And
right,
This is step one of the
Right, I'll
list.
keep you in the loop of whatever I'm doing.
And,
Okay.
and what he's doing is not gonna affect the manual.
Right.
This is an inside the poll
I'm-
pad situation. And Bucky we have connected Bucky with these vendors to get screenshots so you can update.
Richard,
You
Did I
can,
say it?
Richard,
Yeah.
Bucky, you said Bucky.
Richard,
Richard and I look a lot alike.
I'm sorry. It's the tall, big, handsome guys. How's that? Can I say that? Richard is going to get screenshots from the manufacturers, so they're printable and readable, and the manuals can have the right information.
Because we are doing the logic and accuracy testing on Thursday, and our main man from Trentellect will be here. But I don't know whether he's gonna have something with him. I was wondering whether you wanted to stop by sometime Thursday.
Sure, I mean, any opportunity I get to see the equipment hands-on is helpful.
We'll be
Okay,
in the warehouse,
Be in the warehouse all day,
Thursday, all day,
Thursday.
starting what time?
9 o'clock.
9
I think.
o'clock.
Thursday at 9. Okay.
Not really all day. It's a
But-
late morning start.
But the electronic information, the emails and the telephone numbers, all three of these people have. Richard has No Ink and Printellect, and Printellect has Richard. So they are probably going to be able to transfer these photographs electronically.
Okay.
Okay. At this point, is there anything that you need, Madam Counselor, since you are so kind to be here with us this morning? Do you have anything that you need to bring?
No, I have nothing.
Okay, I would like us to offer that we go into closed session at this point. Pursuant to section 2.2-3711, section A of the Code of Virginia, under the section to discuss and consider applications of prospective candidates for employment for the position of acting general registrar, and or to discuss and consider applications of prospective candidates for employment of the position of registrar. I move that we go into executive session.
We don't need to add anything in there about interviewing, I guess, considering.
Do you have interviews scheduled for today?
Two.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We have 2 interviews that have been scheduled. And both of those people will be interviewed today, so that will be done in closed session.
So you want us to add something to that statement?
Yes, do you?
I just did.
Well,
I said we have 2 interviews which have been scheduled and they will be conducted in this
let's
closed
do
meeting.
it to legal.
It should be part of the motion.
And it was.
Motion hasn't been second yet, so she's still amending her text.
Can you restate your motion for me?
Under the section, I move that the Albemarle County Electoral Board convene a closed meeting pursuant to section 2.2-3711, paren A, close parentheses, of the Code of Virginia, under the subsection of 1, to discuss and continue application.
Consider.
To discuss and consider applications of prospective candidates for the employment for the position of acting general registrar, and to discuss and consider applications of the prospective candidates for employment for the position of general registrar, and to conduct interviews which have been scheduled to occur on today's date. I move that we go into closed session for this.
That wording, okay? And to conduct
Interviews.
interviews. Anything after conduct interviews?
No,
Of candidates.
of candidates which have been previously scheduled for today's date.
And dates. Previously. Okay.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the people who will be in this room will be the 3 board members and our able attorney. And obviously the people who are interviewed. Yes, ma'am.
Will there be a return to open meeting at the end of the executive session?
Yes, ma'am. And the return will simply state what we always say when an open meeting is returned, that we've conducted only those items which we said we would conduct. We all attest to that. And there will be no other announcements.
Thank you all for coming.
You need to be here.
I don't, unless you all need me here.
Well, that's when we wanted to go into close and see if we had any questions
Okay,
that we needed to ask you.
sure.
before we-
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I mean, if we get that, I'm gonna try right on. Address look later. It's not time for the manual.
And add on.
Just do a addendum.
Yeah, we gotta have it for training though, because we gotta give people a chance to walk through it.
Yeah, I know, but it's.
What agenda
whatever.
are you looking?
Oh, I was just talking about
The
the
address lookup.
The address look.
Oh, that's the key.
Yeah, if we don't get that in time, we'll just hand that as a separate handout.
That's,
Jim, I can't think of a better person to go on NPR and recruit more people.
All right.
Okay.
I think he would have picked you if he thought about you, Gina.
since you have nothing else to do.
All right, good people. I hope that you're.
Thank you.
So well.
I'm gonna go.
Well, let's see what.
Let's talk to her and then I'll go snag one of the 2 ladies.
Oh, okay, and then if you, I guess when you're
I'll do a
done,
Thing with this and bring it back
Thank
to you as soon as we're done.
I'm gonna stop the recording.
Thank you.
Everyone